Adapted from archaic translation by H. T. Francis and R. A. Neal. Jataka number 398. Sutano-Jātaka. The king has sent, etc. The master told this tale while living in Jetavana monastery, concerning a brother who supported his mother. The occasion will appear in the Sama birth. Once upon a time when Brahmadatta was reigning in Benares, the bodhisattva was born in the family of a poor householder. They called his name Satana. When he grew up he earned wages and supported his parents. When his father died, he supported his mother. The king of that day was fond of hunting. One day he went with a great group of attendants to a forest a league or two in extent, and made proclamation to all, if a deer escape by any man's post, the man is fined the value of the deer. The ministers, having made a concealed hut by the regular road, gave it to the king. The deer were woke up by the crying of men who had surrounded their lairs, and one antelope came to the king's post. The king thought, "I will hit him," and sent an arrow. The animal, who knew a trick, saw that the arrow was coming to his broadside, and wheeling round fell as if wounded by the arrow. The king thought, "I have hit him," and rushed to seize him. The deer rose and fled like the wind. The ministers and the rest mocked the king. He pursued the deer, and when it was tired he cut it in two with his sword. Hanging the pieces on one stick he came as if carrying a pole, and saying, "I will rest a little," he came near to a banyan tree by the road, and lying down fell asleep. A yaka called Mahadeva was reborn in that banyan, and got from Vesavana all living things who came to it as his food. When the king rose he said, "Stay, you are my food," and took him by the hand. "Who are you?" said the king. "I am a yaka born here. I get all men who come to this place as my food." The king, taking good heart, asked, "Will you eat today only, or continually?" "I will eat continually what I get." "Then eat this deer today and let me go. From tomorrow I will send you a man with a plate of rice every day. Be careful then. On the day when no one is sent I will eat you. I am king of Benares. There is nothing I cannot do." The yaka took his promise and let him go. When the king came to the town, he told the case to a minister in attendance and asked what was to be done. "Was a limit of time fixed, O king?" "No. That was wrong when you were about it. But never mind, there are many men in the jail. Then do you manage this affair, and give me life." The minister agreed, and taking a man from the jail every day sent him to the yaka with a plate of rice without telling him anything. The yaka eats both rice and man. After a time the jails became empty. The king, finding no one to carry the rice, shook with fear of death. The minister, comforting him, said, "O king, desire of wealth is stronger than desire of life. Let us put a packet of 1,000 pieces on an elephant's back and make proclamation by drum, who will take rice and go to the yaka and get this wealth." And he did so. The bodhisattva thought, "I get pence and halfpence for my wages and can hardly support my mother. I will get this wealth and give it her, and then go to the yaka. If I can get the better of him, well, and if I cannot, she will live comfortably." So he told his mother, but she said, "I have enough, dear, I don't need wealth," and so stopped him twice. But the third time, without asking her, he said, "Sirs, bring the 1,000 pieces, I will take the rice." So he gave his mother the 1,000 pieces and said, "Don't fret, dear. I will overcome the yaka and give happiness to the people. I will come making your tearful face to laugh." And so saluting her he went to the king with the king's men, and saluting him stood there. The king said, "My good man, will you take the rice?" "Yes, O king. What should you take with you? Your golden slippers, O king. Why, O king, that Yaka gets to eat all people standing on the ground at the foot of the tree. I will stand on slippers, not on his ground. Anything else? Your umbrella, O king. Why so? O king, the Yaka gets to eat all people standing in the shade of his own tree. I will stand in the shade of the umbrella, not of his tree. Anything else? Your sword, O king. For what purpose? O king, even goblins fear those with weapons in their hands. Anything else? Your golden bowl, O king, filled with your own rice. Why, good man, it is not suitable for a wise man like me to take coarse food in an earthen dish. The king consented and sent officers to give him all he asked. The Bodhisattva said, Fear not, O great king. I will come back today having overcome the Yaka and caused you happiness. And so taking the things needful and going to the place. He set men not far front the tree, put on the golden slippers, secured the sword, put the white umbrella over his head, and taking rice in a gold dish went to the Yaka. The Yaka watching the road saw him and thought, This man comes not as they came on the other days, what is the reason? The Bodhisattva coming near the tree pushed the plate of rice in the shadow with the sword point, and standing near the shadow spoke the first stanza. The king has sent you rice prepared and seasoned well with meat. If Mahadeva is at home, let him come on and eat. Hearing him the Yaka thought, I will deceive him, and eat him when he comes into the shadow, and so he spoke the second stanza. Come inside, young man, with your seasoned food. Both it and you, young man, to eat are good. Then the Bodhisattva spoke two stanzas. Yaka, you'll lose a great thing for a small. Men fearing death will bring no food at all. You'll have good supply of cheer. Pure and sweet and flavored to your mind. But a man to bring it here. If you eat me, will be hard to find. The Yaka thought, the young man speaks sense, and being friendly spoke two stanzas. Young Satana, my interests are clearly as you show. Visit your mother then in peace, you have my leave to go. Take sword, and umbrella, and dish, young man, and go your ways. Visit your mother happily and bring her happy days. Hearing the Yaka's words the Bodhisattva was pleased. Thinking, my task is accomplished, the Yaka overcome, much wealth won and the king's word made good. And so returning thanks to the Yaka he spoke a final stanza. With all your friends and family, Yaka, right happy may you be. The king's command has been performed, and wealth has come to me. So he admonished the Yaka, saying, Friend, you did evil deeds of old, you were cruel and harsh, you ate the flesh and blood of others and so were born as a Yaka. From now on do no murder or the like. So telling the blessings of virtue and the misery of vice, he established the Yaka in the 5 virtues. Then he said, Why dwell in the forest? Come, I will settle you by the city gate and make you get the best rice. So he went away with the Yaka, making him take the sword and the other things, and came to Benares. They told the king that Satana was come with the Yaka. The king with his ministers went out to meet the Bodhisattva, settled the Yaka at the city gate and made him get the best rice. Then he entered the town, made proclamation by drum, and calling a meeting of the townsfolk spoke the praises of the Bodhisattva and gave him the command of the army. Himself was established in the Bodhisattva's teaching, did the good works of charity and the other virtues, and became destined for heaven. After the lesson, the master explained the truths, and identified the birth. After the truths, the brother who supported his mother was established in the fruition of the first path. At that time the Yaka was Angulimala, the king Ananda, the youth myself. Source. Adapted from archaic translation by H. T. Francis and R. A. Neal. Jataka number 399. Jataka. How will the old folks, etc. The master told this when living in Jetavana monastery, concerning a brother who supported his mother. Once upon a time when Brahmadatta was reigning in Benares, the bodhisattva was born of a vulture. When he grew up he put his parents, now old and dim of eye, in a vulture's cave and fed them by bringing them flesh of cows and the like. At the time a certain hunter laid snares for vultures all about a Benares cemetery. One day the bodhisattva seeking for flesh came to the cemetery and caught his foot in the snares. He did not think of himself, but remembered his old parents. How will my parents live now? I think they will die, ignorant that I am caught, helpless and destitute, wasting away in that hill cave. So mourning he spoke the first stanza. How will the old folks manage now within the mountain cave? For I am fastened in a snare, cruel Nilia's slave. The son of a hunter, hearing him mourn, spoke the second stanza, the vulture spoke the third, and so on alternately. Vulture, what strange mourns of yours are these my ears that reach? I never heard or saw a bird that uttered human speech. I tend my aged parents within a mountain cave. How will the old folks manage now that I've become your slave? Rotting flesh a vulture sights across 100 leagues of land. Why do you fail to see a snare and net so close at hand? When ruin comes upon a man, and fates his death demand, he fails to see a snare or net although so close at hand. Go, tend your aged parents within their mountain cave. Go, visit them in peace, you have from me the leave you crave. O hunter, happiness be yours, with all your friends and family. I'll tend my aged parents their mountain cave within. Then the bodhisattva, freed from the fear of death, joyfully gave thanks and speaking a final stanza took his mouthful of meat, and went away and gave it to his parents. After the lesson, the master explained the truths and identified the birth. After the truths, the brother was established in the fruition of the first path. At that time, the hunter was Channa, the parents were king's family, the vulture king myself.